Hey folks, it's Two Sheds Gabby time. I should come up with a little jingle. Today I'm gonna go through a box of nickels and see if we can find anything that I like to look for. I've been finding quite a few 2024 P's lately. I wouldn't mind finding more of those. But what I really hope to find is another silver or two. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get started. I come to my seventh roll before I find my first keeper. It is a 1941. Oh, cool. San Francisco. Well, that's neat. That is the lowest mintage for 1941. It's always fun to find the S coins. Cool. My son and his wife are in town. They've been with us for a little while. We went out to lunch and ran around a little bit today, and they had, my son's name is Ben, and there is a Ben's discount place over where we used to live, and they like to go there whenever they come into town. And today I just came home and said, you guys head over there because I want to get started on a box of coins. And so I'm sure they'll be back before I'm finished. That is, unless I don't find anything else. But yeah, hopefully I can introduce you to my son when they get back. We had a big old storm yesterday, tornado warnings all over the place, and there was a couple of touchdowns not too far from us, and we were kind of watching it pretty closely. The rain had started. There wasn't hardly, you could start seeing lightning in the vicinity, and we have a cellar, not a basement, but a cellar. And I was standing on the back porch just kind of watching, and they were all kind of waiting to see what we were going to do because the tornado warnings were out. The sirens started going off, and they're like, what do we do? So I was standing on the porch, and it was, kind of, there was thunder rumbling, but that's about it. There was hardly any wind at all. And then within a minute or less, 30 seconds, the winds picked up really heavy, and there were some extremely dark clouds to my south. When the lightning would strike, you could tell it was really dark. I'm like, okay, with the winds just picking up that fast, let's go ahead and hop in the cellar for a little while. But the storm was going 50 miles an hour, so it was gone pretty quickly. There's a 1939 here. Any mint mark? Oh, man. I tell you what, I haven't gotten a 39 with a D or an S in a long time. A long time. Oh, we had a huge tree fall, limb fall out of a tree that blocked our driveway. And I had to get out with a chainsaw this morning and cut it up and get it moved out of the way. There is not much happening so far in this box. This is the 11th roll, and we do have 3 older coins, but no 2024s have showed up or nothing else. This might be a quick box. In the 12th roll, we found a 1946. The S would be nice here with only 13 million. And this is the Philadelphia. We went to a new place. Man, I can't even think the name of it. I'll try to get that to you. I think it was the Spanish term for grandmas. The shirts they wear had grandma wearing flip-flops. But it's kind of a breakfast brunch Mexican restaurant. It was good. My wife and I just split a spicy steak omelet. It was quite spicy and quite tasty for sure. And they do serve the chips and salsa and the spicy salsa. It was very spicy. It was quite good too. Proportions were pretty good. Yeah, we enjoyed it. Had a good time. And the location of this restaurant, over the years, there's probably been 30 restaurants in this same location. They just come and go. Nothing seems to stick. There was a few there that lasted for a couple of years, but lots of them just came and gone. The last one that was there was a Chinese/Mexican buffet. It's a big building, and all they had one table set up for the Chinese food, one little, cooler, whatever you call them, table set up for the Mexican, and that was it. And it was sad, and they didn't last long. In the 14th roll, I come to a 1940, and it is a Denver. Denver and San Francisco are the lower mintages, so that's nice. I said cooler a minute ago. It's more like, those buffet steam tables, That's more like what I meant to say. They had one table that offered the Mexican and one table that offered the Chinese. They didn't even have the Chinese spicy mustard, and they didn't even have salsa. It's like, are you kidding? Oh my goodness, that was that was pretty sad. And you go into this large building, large restaurant, and 2/3 of the place is just empty, and you walk to the back of the building to get to those things. It was just, I don't know what they were thinking. I thought the idea was fascinating. I wanted to see what they were like, but they didn't do either one well at all. So needless to say, they weren't there very long. This restaurant is nice. It was set up very nice, had nice menus. The proportions were good. I thought at first, well, it might be a little bit pricey, nothing outrageous. But then when you see the proportions, it's like, oh no, that was fair. And they were really nice. The hostess and the waitress, super nice. We'll probably go back. The 15th row, and I get my first 2024P. I say first, it is definitely my first. I hope it's not my last. But we did finally come to one of those. Very nice. We get along great with my son and his wife. We sure have differences on the shows we watch. He's into the superhero stuff, and I have given them a try, and I just flat don't like them. They just don't do it for me. I thought when they first started coming out that I would, because I used to like comic books when I was a kid. There's a 1952 Philadelphia. My first from the 50s. And I just don't, I've gotten to where just tons and tons of action just doesn't do it for me. Give me some dialogue. Give me a storyline, a little bit of action. I told him, I said, take out 3/4 of the movie and put in a story, and maybe we can get along with that. But it's just fight. And it just doesn't work for me. This, I think I've said this before. Is it Thor that has the big hammer? And he'll fight for 15, 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden, something will happen. And he'll slam that hammer down and just wipe everybody out. And I'm like, why didn't he just do that to start with? Just get it over with. Then we could move on with the movie. I'm in the 18th row, and here's a 1952. None of them, no PD or S, are over 100 million. So this was not a high mintage year. This one's the Philadelphia. I believe it is the highest of the three. Now, my brother is a superhero movie fan, and so is my son, and they can talk for hours about all the different things and how they've crossed over this movie and this movie, and they've got the same characters. I can't even get into it all. But oh, yesterday when we had lunch over at my mom's, it just went on and on and on. And my wife texted me and said, "Can we get home?" And I wrote back and said, "No, let them have their conversation." She's like, "Okay." And my brother and his wife might be coming over tonight, and we'll hang out if they get to come over. But I'm sure that they will continue their conversation on the superhero movies. I just hope they don't force us to watch one. Hopefully we'll come up with something else. Oh, they'll say, "But you got to try this one. You'll like this one." It's like, well, I haven't liked any of them that you've said that about before. I've tried a bunch of them. Here, it might be an old one here. 1940. What was that mint market? Mint mark. Oh, what is that? Is that another S? Yeah, I believe it is another S. Cool. 1940 S. 39 million. So I do hope they come over. We'll enjoy having them all here. And my brother's wife and my son's wife are real big dog fans. More about that later. Here's the 20th roll and another 1940. The big line down the middle. Another Denver. I think that's my second Denver. Pretty cool. A little bit lower mintage than the others. And like I was saying, there's a 1955. 55D. I think the 55 Philadelphia is the one you really want. They like the bigger dogs, I think, Labradors and things like that. I was watching a YouTube show a few days ago, and there was a attorney, 1948, Philadelphia, and he was talking, and he's in Vietnam, and he was talking about the different things to expect in Vietnam, and he said, "You can come there. There's the Canadian. I always get one, don't I?" He said, "You can just grab you a pair of scissors and a stool and start yourself a business right on the street corner sidewalk, and there's not a problem with that over there. Whereas here you got to have all types of permits and stuff." And he goes, "It's a pretty easy way to start a business over there." And he was naming other stuff, and he said, "Now here's another one that you all may have a little bit of a problem with. You can still eat dog in Vietnam." It's like, what's the meat you have in this particular dish? Beagle? I was expecting a poodle. Well, I'm at the end of the last row in the first half of the box, and here is a 1954. That is a Denver. That's the highest mint of this year. I'm probably getting a little too carried away for some of us here in the West. Here's a couple of pictures I found to go along with the topic we were talking about a minute ago. If I'm not meaning to offend, I just went looking because I was curious. Mr. Jefferson. Second row in the second half, and here is another 1939. Will we get lucky? No. Okay. Third row in the second half, and we come to a 1958. They only did the P and D this year, And the Philadelphia was only like 17 million made. Oh, and that's what we've got this time. Now, that's a pretty low mintage coin there, 17 million. For sure. Pretty low mintage. Well, the box is going relatively fast, I'd say. Got a few older coins. One 2024, not getting the multiples like I had been. Everything's got to change, don't it? Just the same as the wildwood weed. Check this one out. Is that just wear, or has that been minted improperly? Is that wild looking? Oh, look at that. I think maybe this one was minted improperly. Oh, wow. I don't know. I mean, the coin seems to have wear on it, but it doesn't seem right. What do you guys think about that? We just smiled and waved, sitting there on that sack of seeds. Remember that one? They dug and they burned and they burned and they dug. Oh, I'd like to come across, see, there's a dark one, but it ain't silver. I want to find a silver. I didn't get one in the last box. Look, 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 guys. My box just became a success. It wasn't going super fantastic. Now it is. 1943. Philadelphia. Wartime silver. Fabuloso. This is what I like looking to find. You know, there's lots of other stuff I like to find. V-nickels, but I love finding my silver. And we get to add that to my annual silver. One more. Hallelujah. '43 Philadelphia. I believe this is the 10th row in the second half. Here's a 1946 Philadelphia. If y'all remember in the last box of nickels, I saved out a whole bunch of 1964s. And I went through all of them under my Tom Love, and I didn't find anything really to speak of. So that's that. Well, look here, folks. I found me a 2024D. Haven't been finding many. I've never found more than one of these in a box. And so in this box so far, we've got a D and a P. But that's pretty cool finding them. Those were definitely lower mintage than the Philadelphia mint. Pretty cool. And my wife and son, they're all back from their little trip. Say hey, Ben.
Hey, guys.
That's my son Ben there. And they stopped. We had some coupons from a new little drive-through specialty coffee place. And they stopped, so he's sipping on a specialty coffee over there. The last time it's funny because the last time they were here, we had gotten a sheet of coupons from this place. And we went out while they were here and used it. In that coupon, they had like a special of 4 drinks for a special price, but they didn't have that same coupon this time. But they had like buy one, get one freeze, and pretty good coupon and pretty good little coffee place. Mm-hmm. What's the name of it?
7 Brew.
7 Brew, yeah. And they've popped up all over town, actually. Mm-hmm. I'd be neat if for the first time I'd get me 2 2024Ds in a box. I am not counting on that by any means. Have you all ever heard of hero clicks? Benjamin is a specialist in the hero clicks. He used to play a lot in the when the new guys would come around for the tournaments and stuff. He was very patient. He would teach them how. But now he does more. He buys them in lots and goes through and sells them out individually. And he repairs them when they're broken. And he'll repair the nicer pieces, but and list them and sell them on eBay. But he'll let you know if they're repaired or if they haven't been broken. Now we come to a 1949. I think I got 10 rolls to go. And we're really hoping for the S because that is the semi-key date. That would be sweet. It's not. It's in Philadelphia. Oh, well. So last night we all watched the Gladiator 2, the remake. I mean, the sequel.
Yeah.
And a lot of discussion about it. And I thought it was pretty good as sequels go. And my son and his wife liked it less than I did. They didn't hate it, but they liked it less. But I'm starting to find out some of the reasons why. And it's like, okay. The guy that played the Mandalorian was one of the guys in it. And I don't watch his Pedro Pascal. And I don't watch that many movies. And so I didn't know. My son says he's just in everything. The Star Wars, the superheroes, and he's sick of him. And besides the fact that he's a leftist and fits all the leftist boxes, so they want to put him in everything. And so that just automatically set my son off. It's like, oh, well, I don't like this guy. And so he certainly had good reason to automatically have a strike against the movie. And I wasn't aware of that. So I didn't have to feel that when I watched the movie. So I guess that was kind of a bonus for me.
Yeah, definitely a plus.
Yeah. But as sequels go, I thought I will give it the better part of a thumbs up as sequels go. We'll call it that way. I thought they connected the two movies. I thought they connected with the first movie decently. And what was his name?
I give it 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10? Okay, yeah. And I'll probably go with a 5 or 6. 6 out of 10. Denzel Washington played a pretty fascinating part in the movie. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 rolls to go, and here's 2024 P. Number 2, the last box, I think I got 16, so I'm not getting as many. But there's 2. Might be an old one behind it. It sure is a 1946 Philadelphia right behind it. That's cool. So my wife brought in the mail, and I got something pretty cool. It is 3, looks like brand new rolls. Uncirculated rolls of pennies. One of them is 2024D, and the other 2, folks, 2025s. Denver, I believe. This is the first 2025 coins I have gotten, period. And they were sent to me by SH in Minnesota. Thank you so much, man. That is so cool. That is amazing. I think I'll keep one roll sealed and open the other and just check them all out. That's just so neat. Thank you so much. I've got your address here. I'm definitely going to get you out a couple of my Touche Gabby cents, and maybe I'll have something else in there thrown in too. But I appreciate it so much. That's really kind of you to do that. And I don't know what to say. I really appreciate it. Oh, yeah, and one thing I do know what to say about it is cool beans. I should have kept the camera rolling on that on that roll. I just went back to the roll, and there's another 2024 piece. So that's 3 now in this box. So that's a little bit better. And we have one 2024D. Man, I would like to get one more of those to say that I have gotten multiples in one box, but it may not happen again this time. I think that's about right around 10 of them I've gotten total, the 2024 Ds. I just came across another 1955, and again, we want the Philadelphia, because that's a semi-key date. Oh, I believe I see a D there, bummer. Well, that's a shame. I said a minute ago I didn't get a silver in the last box, and I just got to thinking, the last box is the one where I got that really, really nasty looking silver. You guys remember that? It was pretty sad, but it was still 35% silver. So I was wrong. I did get a silver in the last box. So retract that. Oh, there's a hole in a one, 1964. They're like, they made so many of those, let's just put a hole in this one.
Maybe it was for a necklace?
It probably was, yeah. So Alexander Graham Bell was talking to his brother about, inventing the telephone. Yeah. And his brother, Taco, said, let me show you what I'm working on. I'm still so disappointed. The Taco Tico's was a big chain that was fantastic. And Taco Bell came along that was mediocre. And there's just something about people like the word Taco Bell and they don't like the word Taco Tico. And my favorite Taco Tico didn't make it. Okay, folks, I have finished going through all the rolls and I'm just putting things away. This is the 2024 Ds. P's in that row, and I've got all the 2024 Ds in the 2x2s, and I apparently have way more than I realized. This is my 21st of these. I have 21 of them. I just might sell 10 of them, and I think put a few dollars in my pocket. I may just do that. But and for my silver, there's one more silver to go to this year's 2025 goal of 150, and this makes number 58, and we're right here at the end of March, so I think I'm doing pretty good. We're going to call it quits there. Say goodbye, Ben.
Bye, guys.
Okay. We'll see you guys in the next video.